Welcome back to another video. It's MeiaSoQuick, and in today's video we are going to be doing some cheap press-on nails. And when I say cheap, I mean real cheap. These things are so old and so flimsy. I don't even know how many years ago I got them, but they've been thrown in this container. And what better than to try to do a tutorial today using some cheap press-on nails with a bunch of other cheap products. As you can see, these are some short nails that I'm going to style, and I'm going to use these little stands with the sticky tabs to make it a little bit easier to hold. You can get these sticky tabs online, and what they do, you just stick them on the stand and then stick the nail on top, and it makes it easy. You can even use these sticky tabs to apply the nail right to your nail bed if you don't want to use nail glue. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pick out 10 nails that would best fit my fingers, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick them on these stands. That way it'll be a little bit easier for me to work with. Once I've got them on here, I'm going to go ahead and buff the nails, and what you want to do, you just want to make sure that you're buffing away all of the shine, so that way the nail polish that you apply is going to actually stick on. Once you're done buffing, you want to go ahead and grab a nail file and just gently file off the edge of the nail where that little piece of plastic hangs over the tip. Alright, they look good. I'm going to dust them off. Other than that, you can always use, oops, lost one, or you can always use alcohol wipes to also remove the dust as well. And let's go ahead and apply our base coat. I'm going to be using this Beetles base gel, and this is just going to really act as a primer to really help the polish stick to it. Go ahead and apply a really thin coat to each nail. And once you're done with all the nails, you want to go ahead and stick them in the UV lamp and cure them for 60 seconds. Once they're out of the lamp, you are ready for polish. Since we're using inexpensive products, I'm going to go in with this Sally Hansen Miracle Gel in the color Blackie O. And I gotta admit, it is not my favorite. It gets black, but it's so thick and inconsistent. Here I am applying a thin coat, and as you can see, it's really skippy. But I would suggest, though, do your best to keep it thin, because the thicker it gets, the worse it is. For my other color, I'm also going to go in with Birthday Suit, also by Sally Hansen Miracle Gel. And this is a nude polish, and I'm going to apply this one to a couple nails as well. This one does go on smoother, but I found that it was not as easy to dry. Although these say that these are miracle gels because they do not need a lamp to cure, because they do not cure, the polish really doesn't dry as well as a normal gel polish would. After the nails have dried for a little bit, I'm going in for a second coat. Remember to apply thin coats as best as you can, because these do not cure. Okay, so now that I've got those, I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I go in with some nail art. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this nail, and I'm going to go in with some of the black nail polish, the Blackie O, and I'm going to go ahead and use my striping brush and just paint some lines on the side of the nail. And believe it or not, these nails were left to dry for over 15 minutes, and it's still not dry. Despite this, I'm doing my best to paint this black on top of this nude color, which drove me insane during this tutorial. And once I got the shape, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in those lines with this black polish. Now, there were a few places where the nude was really peeping through, so I decided to go in with this gold tape and just use it to kind of cover up my line work. I grabbed some tweezers and I applied it directly on the line and then cut them with some nail scissors. Next, with the thumb, I decided that I'm going to go in with the Sally Hansen's Miracle Gel Top Coat. This is some really thick top coat, so I felt that it might be great to use to stick on some studs. Did I mention that this top coat is thick? This is also not my favorite. I found that while I was applying this top coat, it started leaving a lot of strings and webs that I'd have to like pull off the nail, and it was driving me crazy and just making my work 2 times as hard and 3 times as long to get done. Oop, look at me blocking the whole camera. And here's a lovely shot of my messy ponytail. And I promise I'm gonna get back in focus. So here we are after I've applied the gel, and as you can see, I've been trying to pick at these webs on this nail. I had to get really close to it. Then I just grab my dotting pin and I pick up my studs, and then I adjust, and I keep repeating the steps as well as constantly picking off the top gel that's webbing. Finally, after some patience and some meditation for continuing to keep going on, I finally got this. Alright, now moving on to the next nail, I decided that I was going to go ahead and do some stripes on the nail, and I'm just going to use these little tabs that I had got from Kiss, little cheap little box, and I'm going to apply. And after applying them, I'm going to just stick them down gently though, because they are going to come back up, and then I'm going to black polish in between each of these lines. Now I'm ready to reveal and tear. Okay, that was all right. And second one, it was at this point that I really decided I should just turn this camera off, because this is not working out. Just look at how this polish is peeling up. Fast forward 30 minutes later, I just decided to cover it up with some studs. I must admit, this polish takes forever to dry, so I hope you have no plans of going anywhere soon if you're using these. Alright, the next step was just to go ahead in with this top gel, and I used the top gel from Beetles because I said the Sally Hansen Miracle Top Gel is just too thick, and somehow we still came out with the beautiful end product. I was so overdoing the stripes that when I did it a second time, I decided to make an all black rhinestone nail. That was much better decision on my part. In the end, I hope you like this video, and it's true, cheaper is not always better. Sometimes you actually get what you pay for. Thank you all for coming to my channel, and I hope to see you guys again in my next video, where I will hopefully be having a much more positive experience. Thank you. Bye. Oh yeah, hit subscribe.